The first speaker, Cathy was smart enough to eat, is Cathy Lee. She is doing speech number 1 from the Advanced Speaking Manual. And the title of her speech is The Vast Left-Handed Conspiracy. Cathy's favorite country is good old France. And the most exotic food she's ever tasted is turkey nuts from Pismo Beach, California. Never heard of it. And her favorite foreign movie is The Sea Inside. Let's welcome Cathy Lee.
Let's play a quick little guessing game. What do Julius Caesar, Napoleon, Michelangelo, Da Vinci, Beethoven, Letterman, Clinton, and Carl Thormeyer have in common? Right, he's got it. They're all lefties. You're naturally left-handed, you're in good company. Throughout history, artists, musicians, and especially world leaders have been left-handed. Pay attention during the next debate. Watch how Obama and McCain scribble their notes. They're left-handed. All 3 of the presidential candidates in 1992 were left-handed. 6 out of the last 12 presidents were left-handed, despite the fact that only 1 in 10 of the general population is left-handed. Wouldn't you call this the vast left-handed conspiracy? Before I touch on what left-handedness is, isn't, social stigmas of left-handedness, left brain, right brainness, and how it might affect leadership, I wanted to pass along, kind of work in a little demonstration of a tip that might help to impart information, bring information home to your audiences, like what we're trying to do in speaking to inform. This is my first speech in this category. Let's just say that one of my goals today is to help you to understand whether you're maybe a secret southpaw. Maybe you've been trained to use your right hand, maybe you're not really. There's 2 approaches. Well, and the approach that I'm going to use is, the one that I prefer, is one that's based on the purism of the strong empirical evidence that nothing, absolutely nothing, interests us so much as hearing about ourselves. So, I could present facts like this. According to Science magazine, half of all people who are naturally left-handed assume that they're right-handed because that's the hand they use to eat with or play sports. According to the author of The Master Hand, there are a number of simple tests. For one thing, most natural left-handers, anyway, in the interest of time, a lot of facts are presented about this. 4 tests can be done, blah, blah, blah. And you'll agree it's fascinating information, but it's not presented to you in a fascinating fashion. Here's a different way to do it. Just because you eat with your right hand and play sports, so forth, with right-handed, you may assume that you're naturally right-handed. But says Science magazine, half of the people who are naturally left-handed grow up using their right hands. So how can you tell if you're a natural lefty? The author of The Master Hand gives you some tests to try on a sheet of paper. See if you can write upside down and backwards spontaneously without training. A sign of natural left-handedness. Let's see. Everybody, here, pretend to fork, clasp your hands. The thumb that's on top is your dominant hand, most likely. Surprise, surprise! Okay, pretend you're grabbing a broomstick. The bottom hand shows your dominance. Last one. Put your pencil in your right hand. Draw a quick circle. With my left. With your right hand. Draw a circle. If you drew the circle in the counter, you are naturally right-handed.
Oh, you're naturally right-handed.
If you drew it clockwise, you are more likely to be left-handed. So, if 3 out of 4 of those, you may be a secret southpaw, and you didn't know.
Out of the closet.
Out of the closet. So, the difference between reading facts and engaging your audience. Now, what I did with the second one is I used you or yours 19 times to direct the facts to you in the hopes that you'll pay more attention. And look, you are. Okay, so what does it mean to be left-handed in a right-handed world? Has anybody ever tried to pick up a left-handed pair of scissors? Oh, they're hard to use. My husband's left-handed, and he is, my husband's left-handed and dyslexic, and he says, tell him about the butter knives. I go, we don't have any butter knives. Well, I forgot I bought a set of stainless, and I looked at the butter knives. I'm going to pass these around. We have 2 of them in a set. If you're right-handed, put it in your left-handed and see what happens. This is how they do. Okay, so here's something about our handedness. Left comes from sinister, gauche. Yeah. Sinister and gauche. Right, dexterous. Root word, dexterity. It's not true, though, that left-handers are more accident-prone or subject to early death. And thank goodness the social stigma is disappearing. My husband's mom was a natural lefty forced into right-handedness. Her 2 sons were allowed to be true lefties, and they both became great athletes. Both groups have identical average intelligences and hourly earnings. But scientists have noticed that left-handed males who complete college educations and think divergently earn more money. So what's divergent thinking as opposed to convergent? Convergent means that you apply facts and education and knowledge and come down to one answer. Divergent thinking is looking to see how many solutions you can come up with. Left-handers, especially males, tend to be more divergent thinkers. So here's our theory. Left-handed, right-brained, divergent thinkers are better armed for the challenges of leadership because of the way their brains handle language and dexterity. Right-handed people only access the left brain language center. But left-handed people, 1 out of 7 left-handed people, actually, because of their using their left hand as a child, trigger stimulation of their right brain language center, able to use both, which may explain Reagan's, Obama's, and Clinton's legendary speaking abilities. So, we might ask the question, should we add left-handedness to the requirements to be the U.S. president? Probably not. What we really want is for them to be even-handed. But the vast conspiracy continues. Our next president will be left-handed.